Crazy people.
And welcome everyone. This is Saturday Evening Chat number 50.
Woohoo!
Should be 51 because next Sunday is the 1 year anniversary of starting the live streams with G23. So never know what we're gonna do next Sunday or next Saturday. So
Giving away a car or something.
probably a Honda that's out of the state of New York. So welcome everyone, and we are joined tonight by the co-host extraordinaire, Mr. DM Foss. Welcome.
Well, hello.
And the ever Glock-hating, fun-loving New York outcast. Welcome.
Hey, yo, neighbors.
So, first person in the chat today, and I don't count, was Mr. Kingpin, followed by Southpaw RX, Miss Vanessa Kitty, G Webs, Jerry Parker, and Mr. Jason Stewart. So we do have a few people out there, and Burnaby Sanchez popped in. So, I don't know. Not wanting to talk any kind of politics or anything. Have we heard any rallies that are going on? I was just looking for rallies in the state of Oregon and the state of Washington, and I can't find anything like being hosted by any of the groups. So, Rob, do you know of any 2A rallies around you?
I ain't heard of shit.
Well, have you been out fondling any new firearms?
No.
I was out fondling new firearms.
What were you looking at?
A Heritage Rough Rider and a Kimber Micro 9.
Oh.
So, you know, the anniversary's coming up. Got to try figuring out what the hell I'm going to get the wife for 20 years of putting up with my ass. So we have Mr. SS Pawn out there, Carolina EDC, Mr. FNH. So welcome everyone. So yeah, trying to.
So where's her vacation going to be without you? Cancun?
Probably Cabo San Lucas or Cancun, somewhere like that.
Okay.
Maybe North Korea.
North Korea.
You never know.
Cool. You're going to give her gift cards, right? Because she doesn't want anything hitting the credit card bill.
Well, I pay the credit card bill, so we don't have to worry about that. So I can put whatever.
Exactly. And she doesn't need you seeing what's on it.
That's why you pay cash.
Yeah, but if you order something online, you can't really pay cash.
All the entertainment's on the island.
Send her down to the Dominican Republic. So Warsaw Patriot is out in the crowd. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out something different. I got my lower receiver in.
Which one did you get?
It's an AR-15 lower receiver.
Well, I'm just curious on the brand.
Oh, it's a 80
Oh,
percenter.
yeah, I forgot that you were gonna.
Yep. It's in a stealth gray. So should have taken a picture of it, but I didn't.
Those stealth colors worry me. You know, I'm always afraid I'm going to put it down and then lose it because it blends in so well. It's just like, damn, sneaky bastard.
Yep. Oh, so I know earlier this morning we were on Travis's chat. There was a bunch of us that were talking like food and everything, and I had brought up tortas, and Burnaby was saying that they were good. So I figure I shall share a picture of what my lunch was, which almost made me late to starting my show. Yes, sir. Had to go right there. Go get torta de lengua. Or for everybody who doesn't know what that is a tongue hamburger.
Now, if you're going to have a lunch, it can involve tongue, but not on a burger. My God.
So we got Misha, another fellow Oregonian out here. Jerry Parker, Earth. So we're starting to get some people in the crowd.
So, how much were you paid to eat that?
I'm telling you, Rob, if you
You
tried,
didn't win something?
if you tried lingua,
Are you in prison?
you would friggin' like fall in love. I'm telling you.
It's got twice the taste. It tastes you while you're tasting it.
Yep.
No, that's all right.
Right there. Yep.
Isn't that what the crackheads say?
I'm just telling you. So, lingua or tongue tastes a hell of a lot like pot roast. So, like, if somebody just slipped it to you,
I thought they called that dog food, man.
then your dog is eating well, because on average, tongue runs about $7 to $8 a pound. It used to be like, they would call it garbage meat, and it was like 8 to 10 cents a pound. So yeah, now it's because of the delicacy that it is overseas in like England and Japan and places like that. It has gone all the way up to like $7, $8 a pound, and so there's a lot of Mexican restaurants that will not even serve it. Oh, Misha says, so gross question, but does it count as getting salad tossed on the way out? No.
That took me a second to get that one.
So, Rob, what are you going to have for dinner tonight?
I don't know. Lady went to the store now, so no idea what's on the agenda.
So you're going to be
It won't
cooking.
be tongue, I can tell you that much. So
I'm just telling you, man. You don't know what you're missing till you try it.
yeah, maybe, but I don't know. Just certain things
It's
not into it. Unless I had to, or it was business, something like that. But I don't know. I've been to some barbecues with all types of stuff, oxtail, and people eat some different things out there. I try to blend in and go for the most basic thing I can find. But yeah, I'm not going out of my way for it. Might come across it. I mean, I like liver, things like that. So maybe to somebody else, that's crazy. I don't know, but yeah, when I walk by, I don't know what I assume it might be tongue. I just keep walking, man. I don't know. I'm cheap, but to me, that's just like I said. Comes first thing I think is dog food. I don't know, or bologna, hot dogs.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure I've eaten that before.
I don't eat any of those Rocky Mountain oysters or none of that stuff either. So, or ham hocks or chitlins. No.
So we got gun-toting pacifist in the crowd, Keith Gregory, and Mike also jumping in. So, yeah. I don't know. I guess I've never eaten liver, and some people will say liver and onions is like the best thing on earth, and other people will say it's the grossest thing on earth.
But it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, so
I remember liking it, but I haven't had it in a long time.
I don't think I've ever eaten it, so I can't say if I like it or dislike it. It's probably not something I'm going to go and order or cook, but I probably wouldn't turn it down if. So Mike says
I'd personally eat a heart before I ate a tongue. That may sound funny, but it's just different.
Mike says he's had gator tail. I've had gator stew, gator jerky. Yeah. I ate all that when I was down in Louisiana. So I've
tried gator, alligator. Wasn't bad. Nothing I'd go out of my way for. Actually, I don't think it was great. It was passable.
Yeah. What were you going to say there, Foss, before I cut you off?
Oh, I was going to say I had a friend that when he'd go hunting, he'd give me bear heart, liver, moose, all kinds of junk like that. But you fry it up, pretty much anything's okay.
So Burnaby says, it depends on the preparation of liver. If you soak it in milk overnight, it loses the bitterness. I just saw you soaked it in tequila overnight. I mean, to make a good carne asada, you soak it in beer overnight.
I don't know. I've always just rinsed, dried, and fried, basically. But
now, you do it with onions or without?
Usually with. Yeah. Like I said, I always thought it was decent. So, but it's not anything I thought about. It was served to me as a kid. So, by the time I realized what it was, I already either liked it or disliked it. So, unlike tongue, you know what I mean? So, to you, that might be normal. To me, that's like, oh, hell no. So, I don't know. Yeah, different places, different foods, I guess.
Yeah. G Web says people in the Southwest eat tongue and cheek and guts every weekend. I think it must taste good. People wait in line for it. If it's prepared right, I've had tongue that wasn't prepared right, and it was all rubbery, and you couldn't even chew it. So, Mr. Rob, are you looking at anything new for 2021?
The lady would kill me. That's a great way to get shot. Oh, you mean like in life or in general, or?
Yeah, just like in general,
I've got a couple ideas, but working on a project now that some point I'll kind of throw out there. Obviously, also looking into relocating. Let's see. So, who knows? And, things usually change quick with me. They might fall into a pattern one way, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's totally different again. It's just pretty much how my life has been. So, you never know, I guess. Nothing I want to throw out there at this point, obviously, but that's about it. I hope to be happy and healthy.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I want to.
And free. Let me throw that in there. Free. Well,
Yeah.
that's part of happiness.
Lots of freedom would be really, really happiness. There's things that I want to add and help, with on the channel and stuff, and just in life general. But with, concerns of everything that's going on and the rumor mills that are going on, it's like, okay, am I just going to like sit back and wait to see, or do I just push forward and hope and pray?
Oh, depending on rumors and stuff, I think you should always handle your business. The hell with anything else going on. In the end, if something goes to shit, oh well, your business was handled anyway. But if you sit there and count on things going to shit and don't take care of your business, you're gonna end up in trouble. So just like anything, or just like the basics, you get home from school, handle your damn business before you go have your fun at work or whatever the hell else it is. So I don't know. It's a lot of people probably got themselves in bad situations, not paying rent and different things, and trying to catch up. And I just think it's foolish. In a way, you can never really catch up because you're just losing time later. The only way really to do anything is to stay ahead of it in a sense. And then when an opportunity arises, you're good to go. But it's just, I guess, different outlooks on life.
Oh, I guess.
Sorry, I put everybody to sleep.
No, I accidentally hit the mute button on my inline mic. So, like I was saying, the rumors I was talking about was, the potential loss of certain rights on what kinds of firearms we may or may not be able to have and stuff. And so it's like, I want to add certain things and be able to have fun with them and everything. But then again, it's like, okay, I don't want to go and spend this money and then in 3 months turn around and lose them, or end up paying even more money to be able to keep them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's risk management. You got to put a price on your values and what you want. And, that's a difference too, wants and needs. Not stating you shouldn't buy something if you don't absolutely need it, but, there's a difference there. So, some things, some people are out there paying $1,200 for an AK right now. Yeah. And we know those people are crazy. So, but to them, it fits with, it's worth that price to them at this point because they feel whatever they feel, but to them it's worth, value is in the eye of the beholder in a sense. So, it depends on the individual and what your needs are. So, I think it's a fine line, but, in some cases, if you have firearms and whatnot, maybe collect something, but some of you guys, it seems like it's like a drug. What about food, water, extra money aside in case you break your leg and can't go to work for a few months or, things like that. Where's your backup plan? You know what I mean? You got to have, as soon as you get $5 in your pocket, you shouldn't be burning a hole and got to run out and spend it because your car breaks and you're screwed. Like 1 week, people talk about buying guns. 2 weeks down the line, they're bitching about not having birthday money or this or that or whatever the hell comes up, asking for my Patreon, and then 2 weeks later they're buying guns again. It's like, Jesus Christ, you're a bunch of kids. Get your shit together. I don't know. Yeah, not everybody or anybody specifically, but it's priority. Yeah. People, get your shit together.
Well, that's putting money aside. That people will say, "Well, I don't have extra money to put aside." Even if you put $20 per paycheck aside, say you get paid twice a month, that's $500 a year just by putting aside $20.
It all adds up.
Yeah. Always got to have a rainy day fund. I mean, there's got to be a rainy day fund for, the twists and turns that life throws at you.
If we could all predict the future, we'd all be millionaires 10 times over by now, right?
Hell yeah.
Would have won the lottery. We'd go in a casino and come out being the man and have the key to the city and, just couldn't lose. But it doesn't seem to work for most of us. But, if anybody's nailed that trick, let me know.
Exactly. I could use some winning lottery numbers.
I'm sure we've all had days where you're like, well, never expected to wake up and have to deal with this today. It happens in life.
Grenada motor going down the road.
Yeah, you can throw all types of different situations into that.
Jason Stewart says that buying guns is a priority, Rob.
Well, yeah, it's everybody. That's everybody's opinion. But I just hope if anything happens, some of those guns are tasty. Because God forbid you got to eat one.
So we have Mr. JH586, Mr. Jamie out in the crowd, welcome. If you guys have any kind of reloading questions or casting questions, Jamie and a group of guys that on the Georgia Shooting Connection every Friday night do a live stream, and they will answer any question for you. I mean, it doesn't matter how stupid you think it may sound, because you're asking people that have been casting for years or reloading for years and stuff. You know, they all realize that we all started somewhere. You know, you don't just start with the advanced knowledge of knowing everything. So you're going to ask questions. Even, you know, you probably ask questions when you first bought a car, you know, the very first car. You know, you probably had somebody who knew more about cars with you. If you buy your first house, you're asking a lot of questions, you know, so that, you know, you're not getting something complete crap, you know. So I see we are joined out by CB, another fellow Oregonian. So I know Foss has got into reloading.
Well, I was going to, and that all came to a screeching halt when all this garbage hit, and then the primers disappeared.
Yeah, I've got 400 of primers sitting here that I got to get to you.
Yeah, I thought, oh, well, I'll start a series showing, you know, somebody coming into this brand new, and I made like 2 videos and then kind of stopped because I couldn't do anything.
Oh, yeah. So, Rob, have you ever thought about getting into reloading, or did you try your hand in reloading?
I haven't really done any reloading. I haven't tried my hand or anything like that in it yet. Like to. Obviously, now is not really the time, to my knowledge, of getting in and getting, you know, you might be able to get it set up now if you're lucky, but probably at a higher cost than normal. And then obviously supplies are an issue. So figure I'll just wait, and at some point, hopefully I'll get into it, or you never know, might get lucky and you find the damnedest thing sometimes when it comes to realtors, clean outs the properties to get it ready for sale again. So you never know what I could stumble across.
Yep. Yeah, I've been pondering the reloading ideas, and honestly, it's been for years. And one of the days I just need to, you know, either go ahead and buy a reloader, you know, a reloading setup, you know, or some 12 gauge. Yeah, you're muted, Rob.
Oops. Sorry. I was saying I do a lot of wax slugs where I put all types. Well, this is normal because it's clear, but I got a color code system where I've experimented with all types of stuff. So I've got tons, well, lots of those already made up, ready to go. So I think those are fun, especially with the 12 gauge, because, you know, shooting just birdshot at targets and stuff kind of sucks, in my opinion. You like to see the reaction, or, you know, something happening. These you can, blow through it 4x4. You can blow it apart. You can, shoot cinder blocks apart. You can actually have fun with it. Blow doors off a hinge or something. And it's like dirt cheap. So they may not be accurate for a long range shot or anything like that, but they're pretty nasty and fun to play with. So when I've had free time, I usually just make them up. And usually when I want to go blow off steam or one of those days, that's what I run with. And all in all, it keeps the barrels pretty damn clean. Yeah, it's almost like it polishes it as it shoots it. So I do clean it out now and then just to make sure. And obviously I check my magazine too, but I have a process the way I do mine that actually I got a video on it. So it keeps everything real clean. So I don't have any issues. Actually, I've never had any issues. So, and granted, when I make them with whatever I put in there, because it's not always shot, I stick to the same weight. So therefore, I'm not overloading the shell in a sense to create any issues. But it's fun. So I'd love to get into reloading. Basically, same type of thing, more of an experimental, find my own cocktail round for my personal taste, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I've always thought about getting into reloading because you can kind of experiment and dial in your rounds based upon your firearm. Because you can have 3, M&Ps, all the same exact make, model, blah blah blah, and everyone possibly could like different things. One may like Hornady Critical Defense, one may like V Crown, one may like running something else as a self-defense ammo, or even just running regular FMJ at your targets. They may all like different issues, and so so it'd be fun to get into reloading so you can dial it in based upon your handgun, based upon your rifle, your shotgun, however you want to deal, or whatever firearm that you're planning on, being your go-to, your primary, or just whatever your favorite is. So I did throw the link out in the crowd if anybody decides they want to jump in, and it is out there.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks about shotgun ammo is the space it takes up and the damn weight. My goodness.
Compare how many shotgun shells you can have at one weight compared to how many 22 LR you can have.
Yeah, well, 22 adds up too. Like if you get an ammo can full of 22, that gets pretty heavy too. But it's a hell of a lot more 22.
Jamie says three reasons to reload. I can make it cheaper. I can make it better. And
Mags finally came in.
Yep. And he says they don't make it anymore. So yeah, or even if you have like a 50 BMG, on average you're looking $5 to $8 a round. Right now you can find it for a little cheaper. I was actually looking at it for about $3 a round. So if you're reloading, you could probably bring it in for a lot less than $3 a round. And then like I have the Judge, and just trying to find 45 Colt ammo is not the easiest to find, even in good times. It's not like just readily available everywhere. So yeah, and if you do find it, it's still not like the cheapest of rounds. It's not horribly expensive, but I think I just found some 45 long Colt. 20 rounds was $29 for hollow points. Yes, it is. Everyone, I mean, so like with the 45 Colt, it's always abbreviated 45 LC. I'm not sure why, because it's a 45 Colt, but like everybody calls it long Colt. So Misha says bolt action versus semi-auto in 50 BMG. Again, that kind of comes down to like preference. Bolt action, you're going to have in some aspects like better precision, but I don't know. I'd run that Barrett against a bolt action, and what M1 A82 or even the 106. Both are really nice semi-auto 50 BMGs. Do you guys have any preference on bolt action or semi-auto in 50 BMG?
I personally would go with semi-auto. I think budget-wise, a lot of people go with bolt. And, it may be more for their purpose where some people are, shooting those distance or whatever, although it's quite excessive cost-wise and whatnot. But, if I was going to fit one into my system, in a sense, it would be for vehicles or something like that. So I'd prefer semi-automatic. Equipment basically wouldn't necessarily be a precision target rifle for me. So, and if you're going big, I want firepower superiority in a sense. So I want to, if that comes out, I want it to solve whatever problem I bring it out for. So, and obviously moving with something, a package that weight and size isn't necessarily the easiest either. So, and once you're, once you make a move, basically, it's you either need to finish it or be able to haul ass.
Yeah, because the average Barrett semi-auto is I think right around 30 pounds. I mean, so yeah, if you go with a bolt action, you're probably going to be able to bring it in for like around 10, 11 pounds probably. So you could move easier with that, but you're running a bolt. So if something surprises you, you're not going to have the suppressive firepower. Yeah, I guarantee you put a 50 round down range, most people are going to run the other direction.
And it would also suck to have to ditch the rifle to evade, a response from your action too, depending on the situation, because it's an expensive tool to leave out there, and obviously people aren't just going to walk by and say, "Oh, look at that, isn't that cute?" and keep walking. They're going to pick that up. So
yeah, if you're running a 50, that's not anything that's going to be like super close. I mean, you're not going to be using a Barrett or any 50 cal for anything under 150, 200 yard shot. I mean, anything closer than that is kind of a waste of that round. Honcho says 50 BMG for EDC, just saying.
He can cover scenarios all over the place, but for that type of money, for that expense, I'd want him to fill the role that it, in my opinion, was intended to do. So, and be capable of that. That's just my opinion. So if you're going to go big, go big, do it right, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
But again, he might be into it for different purposes. So, it might be, I don't know, maybe it's a hunting thing. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if that's legit or whatever, but I'd assume you could probably hunt bear or something like that, or I don't know. But for me, that's the only reason I'd want something like that.
Vanessa does have a good point. You may be using that round to disable a vehicle.
Exactly. And that's why I'd like the quicker repeat rounds if need be, because, it might be more than one vehicle too. So it's hard to say. Think of the movie The Patriot. So instead of the wagons, they came for your kid and they got three vehicles. You know what I mean? You take out the lead, and, you run through the chain, but be a lot better just to swap magazines and hop around behind different trees with 12 bolt action 50s or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? All types of scenarios, but whatever the case is, I'd want it, if you're gonna open that box, at least be able to do what you intended on doing.
Oh yeah, I mean,
don't poke a bear.
Yeah, it's like the old saying, "Let sleeping dogs lie." So, Misha says, "I'd like to hunt Sasquatch." Come on, Misha, you know that Sasquatch is the Oregon state animal. It's not some bird or something like that. It's Squatch.
Yeah, I think you need one of them suits like they had in that movie Avatar, that the guys click into the robot suits. If you're going to do that, just to be safe, because if it is legit, pound for pound, oh boy, it's not a pretty sight.
I'm just saying, if I ever came across a Squatch, I just, walk the other direction.
And hope you don't look cute.
Yep. Yeah.
That Danger Mouse over there, he'd do some Jackie Chan stuff on him, huh?
He'd probably try doing a rear naked choke on him.
No, I'd sit down and have a nice meal.
Hell yeah. Make Sasquatch your friend.
That's right. And then you can sick them on people.
So if he handed you a raw squirrel in the cave, would you eat it?
Probably not. But I could build a fire.
Oh.
I can build a fire and then cook it.
What if the fire pissed him off?
Well, then there's going to be trouble.
Yep.
But in Washington State, Sasquatches are a protected species.
I'm pretty sure in Oregon it's the same. G-Web says, what are the odds that a Squatch could speak Wookiee?
No, depending which region. I guess anything's possible.
I don't know.
Shit, some humans call soda a pop.
The dialects are different because the Wookiees is kind of a gargly growl, and the Sasquatch is a scream or a roar.
Vanessa Kitty says, what if Squatch carries a lightsaber? They're all valid points. We don't know. Jason says, what if Bigfoot is really Joe Dirt? What if the Squatch was Jeffrey Epstein reincarnated? Well, Squatch was there way before Epstein. And I don't think Squatch would be promoting the harm of children. You guys have a thought on that?
Not really, no.
Vibrating underwear. Great.
Are you trying to
Take another
grind your
finger off.
hand? Exactly, Vanessa Kitty.
I almost give me a second.
I wasn't thinking. So, were you out there playing with your grinder again?
No, that was an isolating saw. Cutting down some little pegs to use as stands to go in another board that's going to hold them.
Jamie says Squatch may like children as their meal of choice. I guess we don't really know. And then Misha says, you never know. Prospect, Oregon has a lot of Squatch sightings. I'm not exactly sure where that is, but Jason says, best rifle for hunting Squatch. My thought is, what if you go hunting Squatch and Squatch starts hunting you? Do you want to take the chance that Squatch has got an AR or an AK or, something like that? You never know what Squatch has got.
You could probably almost throw a rock as far as you could shoot your rifle.
Yeah, probably. Huh, so I guess it's maybe not too far from me.
I had heard the name, but I didn't know where it was.
Yeah, he says it's northwest of Crater Lake. Yes, I'm pretty sure that somehow 50 BMG ended up on Squatch Talk. So I'm not sure how that correlated, but
Well, the 20 millimeter Vulcan isn't really a rifle. It's many rifles.
I mean that'd be like saying a Gao.
Is the Vulcan? You know, it's an anti. It's a ship defensive weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed to blow jets into pieces, and then those pieces into more pieces. I've heard one before. You hear the first shot, and then it's just a long roar, and then when it stops, you hear the casings hit. Ding, 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 ding.
Have you heard of one of those Gaos go off
I don't think so.
on like an A10 Warthog?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's probably similar, where it's just like. Brrr.
Yeah, I mean when that thing goes off, it talk about a lot of ammo real quick.
So it sounds like the toilet bowl after Taco Bell.
Yeah. Let me see if I can.
So how's your project coming along? Figure your wiring out yet?
Are you talking about me? Or
No, just talking to the mouse.
Which wiring was that?
I don't know. You said you had issues with circuitry in your last project or something.
I don't recall. It's been a while. I haven't been able to work on anything, so in a while.
okay, hopefully I don't get a copyright strike, but I'm gonna play a couple seconds of this.
Strike.
Probably. Oh. Is the audio coming through?
No.
I don't hear anything but you.
Yeah, there's no audio on it.
Let me see if I can try that again.
Yeah, I can hear it.
That is what an A10 sounds like with the Gao. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people fear that sound.
Yep. Tucson is an A10 school. Huh.
Pretty crazy pilots in a sense.
Well, yeah. I mean,
And they're moving fast, and they come in and do a ground run. Hey, they're moving fast, man.
Well, it's just like the Apaches when they're firing that.
Yeah, but it is, but it isn't, because the speed they're running, coming down in the areas, dropping low to where
Oh yeah, they could
normal
easily be
people
shot.
would consider a little loopy. They can get hit with ground fire, and they're just coming in and lighting shit up and gone.
Yeah, but they
pretty
could also
impressive.
they could also start that way up there. I think they can start it at 10 miles up or something, or
Well,
further
they
than that.
also they can take a lot of damage and still get home.
That's an impressive machine.
Burnaby says that's what most people sound like after eating Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's all that hamburger just spewing out with the Hershey squirts. I swear you could recycle that, and the next person at Taco Bell wouldn't even know.
Oh, that's horrible, but probably true. G-Web says this weekend they bring in all kinds of old planes for the A-10 pilots to fly and check out. They fly all around together, like World War II and Korea planes will fly around with A-10s all weekend doing weird stuff. Hell yeah. But yeah, I mean, for them to fire the gal, they have to be going at like a certain speed because the rate of fire will actually like kind of push them back a little ways.
It's actually a myth. I read our article on it where it's not true.
Well, that's what the government tells you.
Government tells you a lot of things.
Right? If money was no object, I would want one of those planes with unlimited ammo and a crew to take care of it.
When they're looking to replace the A-10, I swear they were looking at replacing it with a prop plane.
I don't know why.
Prop planes, they don't have the same speed, but that's almost could be seen as an advantage in some cases, where you can, roll through at a slower rate and maybe get more accurate hits on, but still compatible are still somewhat quick enough to dodge some cheaper shit. So I don't know. Wouldn't necessarily say that might be the best way to go or not or anything, but that there is advantages to slow when everything else is moving fast too. So there's just different hands you're dealt, different ways to play, I guess. But
they use the prop planes in Vietnam for close quarter support.
Yeah, for dropping napalm, Agent Orange. So we are joined out in the crowd by Miss Mystic Guns. Welcome. I'm pretty sure if she realizes that Rob's on the panel, she's going to be still asking about her book report, which I'm pretty sure he's told like 5 times now.
She just wants to get mail from me, make her feel good.
You should send her a letter that says, "It sucked," and just leave it at that.
Well, it didn't suck.
Well,
It was
I know,
actually
but
entertaining.
it is a pretty funny movie. But she says you have an F on your book report. I'm just saying, it got lost in snail mail, especially with all the snow. I'm thinking it was involved in one of those 100-car pileups.
Yeah, they do use mules out there for mail, so it's hard to say. It could have got lost or stuck in the storm. Somebody out of towner might have shot it thinking it was a deer. It's hard to say. We get them damn city folks up here hunting, shooting at everything that moves, so you never know.
So, Mystic says something on the screen for you there, Rob.
Getting frisky out there.
And so does Jason.
Oh boy.
I don't know what happened. That went way down south quick.
Y'all need to behave yourselves.
Oh. So, are you going to be doing any new videos here pretty soon there, Rob?
Not sure. It's supposed to be nice out, so coming up here. So if I can, I'd like to get out shooting. By nice, I mean above freezing, so without rain or heavy winds. But so we'll see how that goes. And I don't know though. So every time, I thought I had a free day or whatever. I've been getting tied up lately, so.
So yeah, I've been contemplating adding one of those pop-up tents so that I can go shooting in the rain. Since I don't go
you can go in the rain anyway. It's just, when it's borderline freezing rain, it's just, kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but
cold
when you're...
is one thing, wet's another thing, but cold and wet is never a good thing.
I go shooting up in the hills, so you get the winds that will whip through there. And right now, there's times where, it's like 40 degrees and raining. So yeah, if you get those winds coming through, it gets pretty darn cold. So yeah. Mystic says, Rob's been getting tied up? What the hell?
Yeah, I've been obviously got a list of stuff I'm supposed to be doing. Work slowed down, but that's typical this time of year. So I've got work stacked up, but technically, if it was going to be nice for a few days, I can go do a roof or something. But it's I'm not counting on the weather guy, that's for sure. So working on a little side project here. which at some point I'll be sharing with the world. Other than that, life. The lady down the street had issues with her sink, and then her son thought he was an electrician or something, and I don't know what the hell he tried to do with the electrical receptacle box, but I had to go, mess with her stuff. So even when I'm trying to hide, I still get chased down, it seems. Another guy, I got to go fix his trunk, break into it somehow, which I'm hoping I can get through the back seat. It's an older vehicle, so even though the seats don't drop technically, usually there's a crossbar, the way it's framed, that you can usually get in there. So, because the idea is to replace his lock without damaging it. So, obviously I can try drilling it and all that stuff, but then I'm wasting money on drill bits. If I can get in, hit the emergency release, it just saves me money. So I don't know.
If it has all that,
All types of issues that I'd rather not deal with, but because I'm that guy, I got crap to do. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, you could always get a lock picking set. But I'm pretty sure that's probably a felony in the state of New York.
Yeah, just me asking will probably send me to jail. So you got to be careful. Like even like a Slim Jim or the sets they have over at the AutoZone. It's not something you want to get caught driving around with.
Well, yeah.
Granted, I can probably explain it away, but still, it's not the point. But
that becomes burglary tools.
Yeah. Which, doesn't necessarily mean you're a burglar, but that's how they do things.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, it all depends upon the year of the car. If it will have one of those emergency releases.
Yeah. We'll see. But
I mean, that could be a pain in the ass. You may just take a screwdriver and a hammer and punch the lock. It might.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're going to replace,
doesn't work that way though. Like, they make it look that way in the movies, but if you don't care, if you're just stealing shit out of the trunk, sure. But if you're trying to put a lock back in that looks right, it's probably not a good idea. So, I mean, I could, put a slide hammer in and probably yank part of it out, but I'm probably going to damage the collar, screw the paint up, and then, me doing somebody a favor is going to turn into something I hear about to the day I die. So,
yeah.
I'd much rather avoid that route. I mean, there's probably people out there that good, but just because I'm dark skinned doesn't mean I'm great at busting into every lock. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh,
probably a lot better than most, but I'm not a bona fide expert.
Are you sure?
Yeah, depends who you ask, but considering we're on air, hell no.
So we're joined out in the crowd by Patriot in the Dark. I'm pretty sure if you ran over and picked up Patriot in the Dark, he could be in that lock in like 35 seconds.
Probably. They do say locks are made for honest people.
Patriot's pretty honest. I'm just saying, with the sight, he'd have a lot more ability with feel. Would probably be a better, where we rely a lot more on other senses, they have to rely on senses that we take for granted.
Is that some kind of joke towards Patriot? I mean, are you trying to say take him as your wingman because once he feels her up and gives her the okay, you're good to go? I mean, what are you getting at here?
He'd be a great wingman, wouldn't he?
I see that now. I want you to meet my wife. Oh, go ahead. Grab that breast.
Well,
Oh, gonna get a handful. Yeah, it's a hell of a lady, isn't it? Yeah, but
oh, that's so not what I'm saying. I'm, yeah.
what?
Nope, it's just gonna get twisted. I mean, if you think about it, there are pros.
Pros and cons to everything.
Yep.
State of mind that makes a difference. Yeah. How you interpret things, how you use the cards you got.
Exactly. Kind of like you shooting disabled people in wheelchairs with rubber
What
bullets.
the hell?
We can go back a few.
Look. that was one sport. No, I'm kidding. Nah, you're crazy, man. That's it. CNN talk again.
I'm pretty sure we can go back and find the live stream that.
Last guy shot with paintballs was paid to get shot, and the guy didn't was assing out. He kept hiding behind some net thing. So, and somebody else had to come out and tell him to get out, and then I'd cap him, and then he'd run and hide behind the net, and I just sat and waited and waited and waited, and yeah, I shot the hell out of that dude.
Now, the serious question. Did you freeze the paintballs first?
No, I was on the boardwalk, so I didn't get to do none of that. Like, Seaside Heights, I believe. So I can't walk by that. You get to shoot somebody and not go to jail? Like, shit.
It just sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, that sounded wrong, actually. I don't look forward to shooting people at all, honestly. Let me rephrase that. But it looked fun at the time, It's the guy volunteered for the job. He signed up, took an interview. Apparently, he makes a great target. It was all a volunteer thing, and they probably donate some of the money or something. So, yeah.
Patriot says, Rob is a great panelist, especially when you can't find anyone else to show up.
Thanks, buddy. Like, I'm court ordered here. I won't get into details, but yeah, it's my community service.
It is. Oh. So, Foss,
Yes,
is your range open yet where you're allowed to bring guests?
It's still open. It never closed, but I can't take guests right now.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Is it open?
Well, it is open. I just can't take guests. Now, if you're saying, is it open to guests? No.
I looked up what a membership there costs.
Yes.
I would say it doesn't seem like it's very cheap.
orange juice is going. I was like,
Yeah, you
shit,
yell at
that's
Mom.
my bad.
Over here setting me up.
It's convenient. That's the biggest thing.
So do you buy the locker? Is
No, no. I can't afford that membership. Plus, there's a waiting list for that membership level.
Yeah, that one was, I think, $1,000 a year.
Like $50 a month.
$50 a month for range fees?
Yeah, they've got their own cigar
Good Lord.
lounge, locker, bathroom.
Access to a liquor store, so you can have
Well,
some nice.
everyone has access to the liquor store. You walk through the liquor store to get to the range.
That's crazy, man. I don't know. I mean, the place I went to that I was a member of, a little, tiny hole in the wall club. They had the targets with the button that run up and down and all that stuff. So that was the cool thing about it or whatever. But that place was like $120 a year. $50 a month. That's crazy. And I had 24-hour access. You go in the middle of the night, nobody bugs you. You turn the lights on, actually they automatically come on in the range area, but had the place all to yourself. Sit there, do whatever the hell you want to do, basically. That seems like a whole lot, and I'm sure they probably got people up your butt the whole time too.
I don't know. It looked like it was a pretty nice range.
It's real small. There's only 6 stalls.
Wow. Even that little hole in the wall place is bigger than that.
But it's, I usually go on Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, I think only once have I ever had to wait.
You'd think going on the weekends would be more people.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever gone during the week. So I'm not sure.
Huh.
But they've got, I know when I joined, he said they had at least 1,000 members.
So we've got Mr. Andrew Faulkner out in the crowd. So, how's the weather down there in Texas? So, you still buried under a lot of snow there, Rob?
No, it's thankfully melting away. There is still snow, but that's just piled up snow that's, where things have been shoveled, all that. Actually, there's still snow in the yard. So there's still snow, but it's melting away, thankfully. It's nice because by this point, most of it's all, black, brown. It's all nasty looking crap everywhere. So it's be nice to get rid of it all. Nice toxic snow.
Oh yeah. Find a link real quick to throw out there. It's the Georgia shooting connection.
Yeah, Yeah, JH, whatever the number is, can't remember. Jamie there. Pretty cool, man. So, cracks me up sometimes. Definitely a decent show to check out if you haven't seen it or whatever. So they go over a lot of different things, but some of the stuff we talk about, it's not all just reloading all the time.
Oh yeah.
They bullshit and stuff as well, and joke around and, a little bit here and there. So, and shit, he just won a competition, got to keep his beard and all that, I think. So,
Well,
he got, I think, voted best beard over, what is it, Jesse B, I think. Sorry, probably screwing that up. Alan
B. Pro.
So, some shenanigans over there now and then too and stuff. So it's good. And like I said, Jamie seems like a decent guy. Seeing him, he's had his granddaughter on. She's a little cute thing. So which he seems to be involved with. So it's nice. People get stuck online and they forget about the rest of the world. So it's good to see kids and stuff involved. So, Hi, baby.
Hi, I'm here.
So the first link I threw out there is the Georgia Shooting Connection, and the second link I threw out there is for Thoughts of an Old Soldier. Both of those guys have a really, really good channel. So I've been watching Jet 001. He has some pretty good stuff out there too.
He's been doing a little bit more lately. Seems like he's been slow, or not slow, but not doing much. And then now he seems to be doing it more and more. So
yeah,
like that knife he got a while ago. It's a nice one. Custom made.
yeah. The dog harness that he got. Was really cool if you have a dog, can have a little body armor for your puppers. So I know Patriot in the Dark has an awesome series that he's got going on. If you guys aren't watching that, you definitely should be giving it some looks because he's got some really, really cool stuff. Let's see if I can find there's Mr. Patriot in the Dark, his link. So if you guys are not, what the hell is that? You're muted.
Marinated chicken. So apparently it's chicken salad tonight.
Huh.
Feeding salad.
That looks good. Except those tomatoes. Yeah.
Oh, God forbid. That's like nature's candy right there. I don't know what's wrong with you, man.
Tomatoes are friggin' so disgusting. So we got Bald and Curious out in the crowd.
Food, floppy tomatoes that are just like a mush pile. That's disgusting. Cherry tomatoes, good fresh garden tomatoes. That's a delicacy.
I used to grow. I would grow tomatoes and just to give them away. I would
Look at
just
this
give
kid.
them away.
Look at this kid. Whips out her knife to cut open her drinks. Yeah, that's a New York girl right there. Always packing.
So we've got Scott 79 out in the crowd. Yes, sir. I think people are going to start losing their wrenches for liking tomatoes.
Well, everybody's not a commie like you. Not crazy like you.
Jason says, I used to grow tomatoes to hide other things that I grew. It doesn't work, I can tell you.
Those things are good, man. We usually cut them in half for salad because if we leave them whole, man, sometimes you take a bite and that shit'll burst and just whoosh, end up spraying out your mouth. It's horrible. I know you're gonna be like, oh, talking about a damn cherry tomato.
I was just going to say it's probably not the only. No. Oh, so we have Gizzard Gary out in the crowd. So, yes.
Got a question. Does anybody notice problems with credit card or bank card transactions yesterday? When I was out and about doing business, a couple places I stopped, I noticed like it seemed like everybody was using checks or something. I made a joke, it's funny how people would complain about cash taking so long or whatever. And, what the hell are these people doing? Everybody was using cards, but it like was going through like it was on dial-up or something. It was taking forever.
That's probably in your area.
I don't know if that's
it's probably
maybe just
whoever their processor is.
okay, because it was two different places here in New York, so I wasn't sure, and people were saying they were hearing it other places. So I was just curious if there was a grand delay or what was going the hell on. But
Bald and Curious says the only problem I had with CC is paying the bill.
yeah, I use cash, so I'm in and out. And the cashiers were happy to hear I had cash. I was like, see, everybody likes cash. And she was like, damn right. And then she looked over her shoulder like she was going to get in trouble.
Cash is still king.
Yep, 3 a.m. on the side of the road. Cash will get it done.
Well, yeah, because Coke dealers don't allow credit cards.
Oh, I'm talking about get your ass a ride home or something. You whip out a piece of plastic. What the hell is that? But cash, people pay attention to cash. You get an emergency and have to knock on somebody's door because you're out of service or something. A fistful of cash will get you a lot further than a plastic card and a promise once they get you somewhere. Plus, you get better deals with cash.
Sometimes.
Really do. I think majority of the times.
A debit card is just
I ain't gonna
like
explain
that.
all the stuff, but yeah, a lot of smaller places prefer cash for obvious reasons.
Well, yeah, tax purposes. Of course.
And around here, it's not uncommon for there to be two prices: cash or credit, or card or whatever. Debit.
Well, and if you go somewhere good, it's price for credit, price for cash, price if you don't want a receipt.
Jamie says his guy has Square. Yep. I'm just saying. Everybody's got Square. Plugs right into your cell phone. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
What Square?
It's a
It's
card
a
processing.
credit card payment thing. Okay, all right.
Yeah, plugs into like your phone or a tablet.
Yeah,
So
you
you
can.
can
Okay.
It
take
uses
credit cards.
Yeah,
anywhere.
I've seen advertisements and heard about it, and people talk about it. I just didn't know the actual name. I assume that's what it was, but that's why.
yes. A lot of them have for using a credit card, but a debit card is not a credit card.
Like, it seems like people are scared to carry cash. Like, I've talked to people, and they, that's one of their responses. Like, oh, I don't carry that much cash. I don't carry it. I'm like, even in some cases in our community, which I find is funny because, like, the law may be the law, but there ain't no damn way in hell I'm letting you walk off with my money as I'm holding a firearm. Like, I don't give a shit what, you're not going to rob me, like, and just walk away. So I don't understand. I got no problems carrying cash. I've always carried cash. The way I see it, like, you're supposed to have a little stash stashed away for a rainy day or in a jam or something comes up. I don't know. To me, it's normal. The card thing, it's just a middleman for my damn money. Like, it's nobody's business what I'm doing. I have a lot of customers that have issues trying to pay me because they're pulling out money and they're like, well, what's all this money for? And, and then they got to go through hoops and shit. So, one guy, we were ordering some windows and sliding glass doors, and the bank almost refused to give him the damn money. So, you can do it electronic, but that's not the point. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It just seems to be an issue. And I don't know, maybe most people statistically on average don't move around larger sums of money, so they don't realize it or see it on a daily basis. But in my line of work, it's a pain in the ass. Cards get denied because it's too much or it's an unexpected charge, and then people got to go back and forth with the bank and all this bullshit, and it just seems to be one headache over another. My friend goes on road trips. Every time he goes, his card gets canceled. He calls, he bitches with his bank and this and that, and then they're supposed to fix it. What do? They cancel his card, and he's got a new one sitting in his house by the time he gets back. So he's calling to borrow money again because they canceled his freaking bank. And he's gone through 2-3 banks, but there's so much protection and bullshit. It just seems to be a pain in the ass. I don't know. They can't overbill you when you hand them the cash. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's just different ways of doing things, I guess.
Yep. So Jamie had to bail out because it's supper time in Georgia. So I don't know. There's goods and there's pros and cons for carrying cash.
Well, there's more pros than cons, I think.
All the diseases and germs and crap that's on the cash.
You're gonna worry about that, but not the door handle or the gas pump or anything else. Come on, man.
The cocaine residue that's on there.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. And you know that if that dollar bill came out of a stripper's G-string last night before you got it today?
All this from the guy who eats tongue from a Mexican restaurant.
Right.
It only accepts cash.
Break, man. Nah, statistically, everything else, I mean, doors to hotels, their office buildings, lobbies, the phones, everything throughout the day. I mean, there's, how many people touch that and then cash, or cash and then that, or scratch their ass when nobody's looking and go grab the door handle. I'm not concerned about germs with cash in a sense. Not saying it's a non-issue, but there's so many other things you'd have to worry about on that list. I guess you'd be stuck in a bubble forever.
See, even DJ Play Nice says Lingua is the bomb. So
Yeah, but he's a DJ, so he's probably on Molly all the time. So he likes everything.
I'm just saying.
He's one of them glow stick guys that are rolling all the time. You probably don't even call it that anymore.
But that's how I buy guns. I'll put away a little bit of, if I buy something at the store, I'll withdraw a little bit of money, stash that away, and then when I save up enough, go down and pay cash for a gun.
Mario says, "Don't fuck with the Lingua. That's my shit, dude. I've been eating Lingua since I was friggin' like 9 years old. So I've got 31 years of eating Lingua."
I think a lot of times if you want something, and you can't afford it right away, and if you actually save for it, you may find it's not worth the sacrifice in some cases, versus just getting it and then being like, oh shit, now you're paying for it anyway or whatever. So personally, I don't know. It seems, back to the very basics of finance, to borrow money, you're already losing, or to count on somebody else's money. I mean, people act like they're doing good with a good credit score, but really, you're just great at, borrowing money. I mean, that's what happened to self-sufficiency. To me, I don't know. And to me, I just, again, see it a whole different direction. You can look at that card as like going to ask your parents for a handout, that you're going to pay back or something. You should be able to bank yourself and do that, in my opinion. And you don't need everything that you want. And I think that's a big difference too.
Yep.
But again, everybody's different. So people say, well, you'll never buy a house. Well, that's bullshit, because you can save money and buy a house. And you won't live in it today, but you can save money to buy a house. And you're going to come up with that money a lot quicker. But, do you have that dedication like anything else? And most people don't. They want it easy, they want it now, and they're willing to pay a little bit more because they deserve it, according to them. So, do you want to be a debt slave to work for shiny shit? Go right ahead. They're happy to help you out.
Yeah. Mario says he's got 45 years of eating tongue, so all I can say is that I have a very religious holiday as my birthday, so I win. Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, first it's wants versus needs. Just because you want something doesn't mean you truly need it. I mean,
Exactly. But today's culture, you justify what you want to be a need. If they have a new car, they don't have to worry about it breaking down and all this, blah, blah, blah. They justify what they want, and that's become the new culture. So, People are just different. Some people got heart, some people got grit, some don't. It is what it is.
I could justify a lot of things. Doesn't mean that it is a true justification.
Why does everybody need an $1,100 phone?
I have no clue.
Exactly. Why does a
spending
12-year-old need a $600 phone?
I think spending $100 on a cell phone is too
I
much.
don't get it.
I mean, some of the features, like storage space on some of those newer phones, yeah, it would be amazing to have. But there is no way in hell I am justifying $800 to $1,200 for a phone. No way in hell. That's like 2 friggin' firearms and some ammo. So
That's just different ways, different things drive people. So I think some people have, taken the brainwashing is into the culture. TV, you got to have this, you got to have a Barbie wife, you got to make so much, you got to, all this type of crap, whatever. And, they're fine with it. Maybe they're doing well with it. Who knows? So they may like it. I don't know. But, when you break away from what society tells you what you should be and be a free individual, it's kind of happy. I don't know.
I think you and I run the same damn
not
phone.
Caring, makes it life a lot more simpler. I don't know how to put it, but I mean, when you're not trying to be something you're not, or keeping up with the Joneses, like what you like. Don't be afraid to be an individual. Shit, we were all the same. This would be such a boring ass place. So, that's what sparks all types of great things. It's different ideas coming together. So, I don't know.
Oh, when I see,
I have no idea. This acceptance need or approval, or it's got to be okayed by my friends, or even down to boyfriends who somebody dates in school. They don't want to be seen with the wrong class of person. Well, sure, then go ahead with another class that treats you like a piece of property instead of the guy that actually would have appreciated you and would have loved. But be that dumbass. That's what society tells you to do. I mean, shit. All these guys sit around their computer doing jack shit, bitching about they don't have a supermodel, just throwing it at them. I mean, come on, people. Like, we're, I don't know, in some ways we're responsible for our own faults. Whew, I'm on a roll tonight, boy. I don't know what's gotten in it. Sorry, guys.
when I, you see somebody that's clearly living outside their means, and I'll think, well, where are you going to be when you're 65? 70. You're not going to have any money. You're not going to, are you going to be working some job still when you're 70 because you have to? And save your money, put some money away. You can have money to spend, but you got to think about tomorrow, or 10 years from now, 20 years from now, where are you going to be?
Exactly. So Andrew says, just got rings delivered for my new CZ 527 and 762 by 39. Ghost Rider USA is out in the crowd. So, welcome. Andrew says file bankruptcy and do it all over again. You know, there's people that do that. About every 7 years, they file bankruptcy and start over.
Yeah, they all learn their lesson. I got a buddy that, worked at a dealership, went the credit route, all that type of stuff. Like a lot of other people, it didn't work out great for him. One issue that wasn't even his fault got him in a wreck, and one thing led to another, and then crap happened with the job, and his whole life shifted. And the next thing you know, he's got a new house, new car, new van, new motorcycle, shit, even brand new bikes that cost almost $1,000 a piece, everything on payments. And the guy can't just, he's cashing in change trying to get to work and shit. And I actually think they got welfare money for a while because, even though they both had jobs, they were still considered to be that poor. So it's a damn shame, that I can't even go out to dinner with a friend or something with all his nice shiny shit because he's too broke to. But I've seen it happen to a dozen people. In the end, he lost all his shit. And yeah, I'll just leave it there. But it didn't work out good for him. I don't want to be dogging anybody or anything, but and he stated in a sense he should have listened to me years ago. But that I hear that a lot. But yeah, it doesn't matter at that point. It's just sucks to watch people do the, everybody thinks they're going to be different. And statistically, it just don't work out that way. Most people, I think it's 73% that deal with credit are in debt. And that's just, it is what it is. So you can all pretend you're on the up and up and doing great, but the statistics don't lie. The numbers say more than likely you're full of shit and you're struggling too, just to look cool. I just, rather have that freedom to actually go out to dinner.
Yeah, Patriot says, if I had a landline, I want an old MCI payphone in my garage. That would be outstanding. Hell yeah. Charge people 50 cents a phone call for a certain amount of time.
When I was a kid, my bus stop was there's a little convenience store and a little bakery. And there was a payphone. And the bakery had video games, arcade games. And if you check the payphone every day, there'd be like a couple bucks of quarters in the change return.
So you were robbing AT&T money.
I wasn't. It was there. For all I know, somebody was leaving it for me.
I miss payphones. I think they should still be available to the public in a sense. I know you can find some here and there and this and that, but
in the town I live in, there's still working payphones.
Yeah, I mean, in my area, there's like none anymore. I can, out in the middle of the boonies, there's a couple, which is weird, but you got to kind of know where they are if you wanted to find one. In a sense, you probably die walking before you found one, which I don't know. I just don't agree with. I think we should still have that. Should be more like a basic service type thing where it should be available.
Around here, even
phones get stolen. Usually, if you're robbed, they take your phone or bust your phone. You know what I mean? Just for that purpose, so our medical purposes, there's still some people that go with that cheap like track phone style that are running out of minutes, which is ridiculous because nowadays that's you might as well have a gun to your head for the cost of that service. But there is still some people that do that, which that aren't drug dealers, just old people that, keep it for an emergency and they don't realize that, spending that extra money to put the time on because it doesn't roll over, they're just wasting money.
Well,
what do you call it? Penny wise, pound foolish in a sense, but some of those are just ridiculous.
The the track phones, those minutes roll over. It's,
Well, I don't know. I haven't used that in,
yeah, you just buy the phone
15
card.
years since it came out or something. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But either way, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? There is people that do weird things. So I think it should be available. Or, like I said, you lose your phone's
Oh, hell yeah.
damaged, anything like that. I don't know, some old person gets lost, and they're having a little dementia moment. They can, call for help or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Even if they
Oh, yeah.
can't work the phone, they can pick it up and an operator, can ask if you need help. Somebody's having a stroke. There's so many different reasons. I think that, is it likely? No, it's not going to be every day, but statistically, there would be a lot of incidences every day.
All you
I
got to
think
do
it
is
would
pick
be
up that
well
phone.
used, but yeah,
Pick up that phone and
not
dial
everybody's
911.
got a cell phone or a working phone or one they want to hand to a stranger. That's just me.
Oh yeah, I don't ever hand my phone out because of the fact I don't want people having my phone number. If I want somebody to have my phone number, I'll give it to them. I don't need some random stranger. Hey, did you call? Blah, blah, blah. Dude, I don't know who the hell you are. Oh, somebody else borrowed my phone like friggin' an hour ago. No, I can't give them a message. They're gone.
Well, nowadays a phone's more than just a phone to a lot of people. It's access to your email, possibly banking, things like that. Where people hit that little save my card info. There's a
I
lot
never
of,
save it.
somebody messing with your phone for 3 minutes. There's a lot that can be done. So you want to be careful. Threatening messages might be sent from your phone to somebody that they've been blocked from or something. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's more than a phone now. So it can be seen as a sensitive item, I guess you could say, depending on what you do with it. I mean, I don't load my phone up with all types of crap like that, but I think the average person does.
Oh, G-Webs. I just found out from my dog walker while she was walking Mello today, someone came up and stabbed her and stole Mello's cell phone. Now they want 500,000 ransom to get it back. Too soon?
She should have had a cheaper phone, man.
G23, tell Rob to shoot me an email so I can send him that link to all the payphones in his area. There you go. The man's going to help you out to be able to see a payphone.
Great. Is his email posted somewhere that it can be found?
I'm pretty sure it's in his about section.
All right. Same as mine.
Same as mine. Foss is out there putting out your link.
My link?
Yeah, to your channel.
Yeah, to your house, your address, your phone number.
Just passing me around like that, huh? Damn. Thought we were cool.
He has passed you around like a cheap piece of meat.
Ain't no fun if your friends can't have none. I never got that. Don't get me wrong.
Ain't no fun if the homie can't have some.
Yeah, nah. Girls like that, I don't want none.
Yeah, those are hood rats. Hit it and quit it and pass it to your buddy.
sad too. I remember a friend that was in love with a girl like that. Like I was like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like people are weird, man, when it comes to relationships and what they can look past. And oh God, yeah, different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Yep. So it's like the old saying: you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. So Warsaw says, at G23, I have a question for dating 2A people out there. What would you do to get a girl's attention at the range? Shoot my AK and offer her a try with my rifle? I mean, there's lots of ways of getting somebody's attention at a range.
You could always walk up and say hello and introduce yourself.
That'd be the easiest one.
Hey, baby.
Be like,
No, not like that. Just like an individual.
or comment on her firearm. Hey, that's a nice looking firearm.
Yeah. Both.
Or just be
Let her take the lead. That way you don't end up in jail or being that guy.
Most of the time, either you can, let her come to you, or, just a simple, hey, that's a nice looking
If
firearm.
you're going to wait for them to come to you, you're going to be waiting a long time in a lot of cases. So, yeah. You can't be afraid to say hello. Yeah. You're not going to win every fight or every battle or whatever the case is, but that's where most people, I think, screw up, is that first step of confidence.
Women like confidence.
It is what it is, man. Go say hello. People click up. How many people have you seen together on the street where you're like, damn, that's an odd combination? You'd never pictured, but the personalities line up, man. So you got that vibe. You look past a lot of other things, but you're never going to know unless you actually talk to somebody. But I treat him like a person and don't look at him as a piece of ass. All that stupid stuff and the lines and shit. Time and place. Some places that'll get a laugh and it's a good thing, but people tend to have bad timing with that in a lot of cases. So, and you never know what a person's been through, so that could be the worst thing you could do too. So, it's usually not, unless you got some info. But be yourself, and
that or be
curious.
rich. The more money you have, the more attractive you are.
Yeah, but that's then the next guy comes along with more money, and it's not fun anymore. So people like that you don't want. If you got to impress somebody, what's the point? You're going to be able to keep that up your whole life?
Well, no,
you
don't have
that's
to.
When you go bankrupt, get divorced, and do it all again, right?
If you're rich, they come to you.
Yeah,
all the wrong ones.
We're joined out in the crowd by Mr. Thoughts of an Old Soldier. So, some thoughts and prayers go out to his wife, who slipped and fell and injured her face. So, hope for a speedy healing.
Yeah, not good. Hopefully she's all right.
Yeah.
Gets through without any permanent problems or anything.
Hopefully she didn't. In his Friday video, she had a little brace on her nose, so hopefully she didn't break her nose. I mean, I think he said it was just cuts and scratches, but
Yeah. He's got to lighten up the PT routine over there. Yeah. Getting the old lady to hit muscle failure is not cool, buddy.
He says, looks worse than it is. Her pride was hurt. Oh, I bet. So no broken bones. That's always a good thing. Again, I did throw the link out there for jumping on the chat if you want. And if you guys are not subscribed to Thoughts of an Old Soldier, I did throw his link out there earlier. So let's get him up to 1,000 subscribers if we can. So, well, the link's out in the comments there, Warsaw. You're more than able to jump in. Hey, woman, will you light us up some cigarettes?
Yeah, I'd like to get to 1,000 subs one day. I think I'd probably get more stuff more often, I guess, when you can just run with it on the spot sometimes. But I think that's kind of crappy how they have that set up. Yeah, if I'm out in an event or something like that, I could run something and, share it. If people watch it, they watch it. If not, they don't. But,
well,
it sucks. You got to have a certain amount to be able to do that. I mean,
that's not true. So, for 1,000 subscribers, yes, you can go live via YouTube, like direct YouTube. And at that point, you can't have any guests. But you can just go to StreamYard right on your cell phone and go live from your cell phone. And you can then throw out links and bring on guests. Whereas if you go live via the YouTube, you cannot invite guests onto the stream. So, I guess there's pros and cons to it.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I've done a couple live streams from my cell phone. So, the only thing you have to pay attention to is when you're doing like the live streams from your cell phone. When you're reading the comments, you got to make sure you pay attention to which button you hit and you don't kick yourself out of the live stream. So, welcome, Warsaw. How's it going?
How's it going, man? I'm good.
Well, thank you for jumping on.
Yeah, anytime, man. Thanks for having me on.
Burnaby says, but you eat tongue. Yes.
Yeah, nobody's got respect for you anymore, man.
I'm telling you.
Come on here and tell people that without being forced to. Something's wrong with you.
There is so many people that eat tongue, you would be surprised.
Are we talking relationship or are we talking food?
Food. Eating lingua. Yeah. I don't know. I guarantee you, if somebody put on a plate some pot roast and they put some tongue on the plate, you would eat both of them and think you were just eating pot roast. How do I know? Because I tricked the wife one time into eating a quesadilla de lengua just one piece, and she was like, "Oh, that's really good." And I was
Uh,
like,
Isn't the texture different? I mean, a tongue looks like a piece of rubber. Pot roast is like stringy beef. Like, wouldn't you be able to tell the difference?
"No, you would never tell the difference when it's cooked. I guarantee you, you would never tell the difference unless somebody told you what the difference was." You would eat it and be like, "Damn, this is delicious." And then somebody would be like, "You just ate tongue." And you're like, "Oh, God." This is the first reaction every time. I had that same reaction because I used to say, "Oh, I'd never eat tongue." And then I tried it one time.
Well, is it a plausible defense, like for murder?
Here's a question: has anybody had liver?
Liver?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fossa
Yeah.
said he loves it.
Never had it.
I've never had it either. See,
had
even Thoughts of an Old Soldier says that his son loves cow tongue.
So I guess we're doing mostly food subjects right now.
Nope, we're doing whatever is brought up subjects.
You guys ever heard of a Durham fruit?
A what?
A Durham fruit. Look it up. Basically,
Yeah, it's a
if you-
big bumpy fruit.
Yeah, basically, if you cut it open, it smells like a freaking ass. Basically, it stinks up the whole room.
No.
It's like basketball size fruit.
And in some countries, it's actually
Nah.
permitted to actually even have it.
It's supposed to taste good, just smell awful.
G-Web says, tongue looks like steak inside. The surface looks like octopus.
Oh, liver is gross. Actually, how about spam? I can't eat that stuff. That stuff's nasty.
Spam?
Yeah, you know, spam in a can.
Yeah,
That stuff's nasty.
I grew up eating it.
I'll take spam over tongue any day. Even though there's a good chance there's probably tongue in spam.
I've got bacon flavored spam in my pantry right now.
Yeah. I mean,
It's spam can be good
Quit
depending on how you do it.
saying it. It's sticking in my head right now. Ugh.
if you fry it, it's okay. See, I'm not the only one who had that thought.
Oh, that's why. Ugh.
I used to take it when I'd go camping and then fry it up.
And then Burnaby says, spam today is very different than it used to be. It is true. It does taste different now than it did back in the day. Like in the 80s and 90s.
No, here's the thing. Speaking of food, have you guys ever had king crab?
Yep.
Good stuff. Now that's food.
King crab, you
Last
know,
one,
like
king crab.
crabbing is one of the biggest things on the Oregon coast.
Do you know how much money you can make by just doing that in Alaska? You make good money.
You don't even have to go to Alaska. There's king
Crazy.
crab right off the Oregon coast, right off the Washington coast. They don't really crab that much off the Washington coast, but crabbing is a huge business in the Oregon area.
Mostly indigenous around here.
I've tried it. Not a fan. Don't see what everybody freaks out about, or this or that, or the price. I mean, to my knowledge, they used to feed that to slaves and stuff because it's a bottom feeder animal, and it was seen as garbage in the old days. So
That's what lobster was.
yeah, that's
Trash
no
food.
reason for me not to eat it now, but it just doesn't taste that good, and they want so much money for it. It's like caviar. It makes me laugh. Like I'll take some Smucker's jelly over that shit any day of the week. Let me tell you. So
Would you eat a crawdad?
don't even know what a crawdaddy is.
It's look it up. It's basically a different version of a shrimp.
It's a
Like a crayfish.
It's more like a lobster.
Yeah,
It's off the
I've eaten those. I've eaten
crayfish,
those. But,
crawdad.
yeah, caught them in the streams, boiled them. They look like little lobsters. It's a pain in the ass and a lot of work. But but I didn't pay for it. That's the difference. That was camping type stuff. So different.
And
G23 is speaking of the king crab. You ever seen that they actually catch crab near Russia, right next to the Russian waters?
I've seen some crabs that have been pulled out of like all different areas, and they get some huge
I
crab.
bet you have.
Well, I was going to talk about the pictures you sent of your experience with crabs.
He boiled his crabs in the hot tub.
Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Yeah, you got crayfish, crawdad, mud bugs. They're all the same thing. Well, crayfish and crawdads are slightly different based upon size.
You heard of a monkfish?
Yes.
Imagine putting your hand in one of those things. Got a video in the chat if you want to see it.
No, I would not be putting my hand inside one of those.
Hey, a Russian fisherman did. Apparently, he had to pry its mouth open to get it out.
It'd be like trying to put your hand inside the mouth of a snapping turtle and thinking you're going to pull something back.
It's like, "Ay, suka."
DJ is out there saying that crab kicks,
Stone crab, or
stone crab kicks lobster's butt. I don't know. It all depends upon, preparation and what your sides are going with.
You guys checking out the video of the monkfish?
If I open up that, I'll end up being kicked out of it, so I'll have to go back and look at it and replay.
All right. It's kind of hilarious.
That and from the StreamYard side, it doesn't give me a direct be able to click on there. I would have to open up the YouTube video and be able to find the link that way.
You could also do it to your phone if you wanted to.
Yeah. That is one I've wanted to try. When we were on the East Coast, we never went and tried, but the soft shell blue crab. See, that looks like a pretty good salad right there, because I don't see any crappy tomatoes in there.
Garlic, herb, dressing, just mixed up the good stuff. No, yeah, there's tomatoes. They just, blend in the kind of yellow. Oh, yeah.
Still nasty as hell.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot better than tongue. Sick bad.
I'm telling you, you would never know it was tongue unless you actually,
I
were
tell you
told.
what. I tell you what. I could never date a vegan. I'm sorry. No.
Why?
Do you want to be harassed and annoyed by a girl that's asking you to eat, salads and stuff?
Not every vegan or vegetarian gives a crap what you eat. Because like my wife would prefer like the vegetarian kind of lifestyle. But she doesn't give a shit what I eat.
And there's some women though that are actually trying to force me to, or encouraging me to be a vegan.
Yeah, hog gel.
I don't think that vegan stuff is healthy,
You think?
personally. Yeah. I don't know. You know, there's different types of protein, things like that. I know there's alternatives and things you can do, but I don't know. I think it goes back to the basics. You know, what is it? Omnivore and carnivores, in a sense. You know, our eyes are pointed forward. We were meant to eat meat, in my opinion. People may be different, their bodies, this and that, whatever the case is. So there may be cases where not, but I don't know. I'm a meat guy. Meat and salad all the way. Just no tongue.
Yeah. Scott says, yeah, but to be honest, she probably has a $1 million life insurance policy on you. With that laugh, you probably know that there's some truth to it. Probably more like 2 million with double indemnity.
I tell you one thing. Since we're talking about food, you know, it's one thing I would not recommend for any gun.
Huh?
AKs are not designed for cooking bacon.
No. I have seen videos where they do it.
It's stupid.
Especially like Robski. He did it
God.
with on a suppressor.
I don't need ass.
Don't even bring that guy.
Damn it, Andrew.
The stuff that guy does drives me nuts.
So
Kiss it and nibble on it, but I don't eat it.
Egg brains. Ugh.
Yep. Cow brains aren't too bad,
No, thank you.
but they've stopped serving that and stopped allowing that to be served in the United States after mad cow disease.
Oh, wait. When you worry about that, worry about rabies. You ever seen 1,000 Ways to Die? A guy died of rabies because he basically shot and killed a squirrel and didn't cook it properly. And next thing you know, 3 days later, he's
Yep.
screaming up the wazoo and foaming out of the mouth, and he has rabies.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you don't cook stuff properly, rabies is probably one of the least things you got to worry about.
Well, you just don't do stuff because you can all the time either. Just because there's fresh roadkill doesn't necessarily mean you need to eat it.
Thoughts of an old soldier says, had to eat some on an exercise once. So, you know, one and only time I ever had cow brain, it was hidden, you know, like I didn't know what it was or anything. I was a little kid and I tried it. It wasn't like horrible, but I never have eaten it since. So, some people love that stuff.
I tell you one thing, I actually
Some
enjoy
people
eating.
love shitting in diapers.
I tell you one good thing I like to enjoy eating was alligator meat.
Okay, so Defense Dad says I skipped his comment. Well, it was directed to Rob, so I didn't see it.
You're okay eating. That's a two-way street. What do you think, New York Outcast?
I think I try to avoid eating pot roast just for that reason.
What about rump roast?
To be quite honest, I'm not a roast kind of guy. I'd rather have it thin cut and seared. Steaks, we just had this conversation not long ago because the lady made one of those things you throw in a bag with all the vegetables and stuff. And it's just not my thing. I don't know what it is. Not a fan. Maybe it's the cook. Maybe it's, I have no idea, but not too much of a fan of eating it that way. So, but yeah, no, I'm just not a tongue guy, man. I don't know what to tell you guys.
What about kebabs?
I don't eat tongue. I don't eat feet. I try not to eat intestines unless it's holding my sausage together. Other than that, that's I don't eat shavings of fat usually. All this stuff you guys are into just isn't my thing.
Pork rinds.
So you never had?
Yeah, I've eaten those in the past, but I'm not buying a bag of pork rinds. Yeah, if I was hungry and they were sitting around, I'd probably munch on some. But and I understand, yeah, that's like fat, but yeah, I get it. But
what about kebabs?
In general, I'm not. Yeah. What about what?
What about kebabs?
Kebabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that could be like what? Chicken, vegetables, all that stuff.
It could be anything.
Yeah,
peppers.
Yeah, depending what it is, yeah.
Veggies and meat.
Yeah, depending on the meat, sure.
DJ says ass is a one-way street. I don't know. Some of the conversations we get on this channel, you just wonder. So is there any one specific thing that you're looking at acquiring in 2021, Foss?
Nothing specific. I keep getting told I need to get a shotgun, so I don't have a shotgun, but it'd be a while before I did.
Mr. Rob, is there any one thing you're looking to acquire this year?
Probably a dirt bike.
No, you were saying something about going and looking at one because you found one that was pretty cheap. Did you ever go do that?
Nope. Bastard never got back to me. I think it was one of them scam deals.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
They're going to text me and tell me to email them about it. And, well, I got you on the phone. Why don't we just meet or whatever? But, you never hear nothing back. So, probably a scam.
So, Mr. Warsaw Patriot, is there any one thing you're looking to add to your collection or acquire in 2021?
I got my eye on something. Just can't tell you what it is. I am getting ready for a review next month, so hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah. I don't know. I've
Just
got my eye.
everything's all tied in money these days.
Yeah. Right now everything's tight. My goal is to acquire some property.
You're saying you want the golden land?
I'm not looking for anything like super huge, or I don't want 100. I want 100 acres or anything like that. Somewhere between 7 and 10 would probably be right where I'd want to be. Well, thoughts. Have a great evening, and thanks for stopping in. So yeah, that's kind of. I want to acquire some land so I can start being a lot more self-sufficient. Reduce my need to rely on others.
G23, see his comment.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get me to try parting with one of my AKs.
I don't think you're gonna part with one of those things, dude, man.
Nope. So yeah, that's one of those you can pry it out of my cold dead hands.
It's funny. We talk about like all the freaking restrictions in every country. Look at Mexico. Like all the legal contraband they have been having in our country for decades.
There's lots of stuff going, both ways. I mean, look at what was that, Fast and Furious, or
Yeah.
Obama deciding to arm cartels with fully automatic weapons.
And a lot of them are Russian and both Chinese and Russian AKs. Some of it in Romanian.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he could have just turned those over to the civilians and said, "Here, you guys, you can have these."
Well, in Mexico, you have no gun rights. It's all by given to the state.
Well, you can own certain firearms, just not
an AK or an AR.
I think it all depends on where you are and stuff like that.
Last time I checked,
how much money you have.
Last time I checked, it was only 6-shot revolvers and single-shot shotguns.
No, they allow like 38 supers, and things like that. You can buy those.
But anything that's not classified as a military round, if it's used like a NATO round, they're used by any military, then you can't have it as a civilian in Mexico, to my knowledge.
Unless you have money.
Or you're doing it the illegal way, which is the cartel way.
Well, most of the cartels are tied up in the government anyways, so
Well, yeah, it's a corrupt government.
Good guys don't get paid to be good guys if there isn't bad guys.
That's kind of like what we did with Al Capone.
So,
Or Al Qaeda.
anybody have thoughts on El Chapo's wife being arrested in the United States?
Wait, what? When was
Didn't
this?
know anything about it.
When was this?
Like, not that long ago. Yeah.
What, the extradited her?
No, she came into the United States, and I'm pretty sure somebody sold her out. And yeah, they arrested her.
Who arrested the FBI?
I don't remember who took custody of her.
It's either DEA or FBI, one of the two.
Yeah, they're well. I mean, Border Patrol could have taken custody of her
Or
and then turned over custody. I mean, whoever was the arresting agency would have probably surrendered custody to either the DEA or the FBI. Yep.
So I mean, she's getting arrested for what though? Like, what charges were they charging her with?
Conspiracy. I think aiding and stuff like that. Saying that she was a part of the cartel infrastructure, and she had working knowledge of how El Chapo was doing all of his stuff and who some of his contacts were inside, like the United States, in certain government agencies.
Wouldn't surprise me if they were working with the CIA. I guess you guys have never played Call of Duty, have you?
No,
In Black Ops 2, there's an actual cartel leader by the name of Raul Menendez. And Menendez was actually a supplier with Noriega in Panama. And most of the weapons he was buying were all Soviet-based AKs across the Middle East.
yeah. I don't know. I never really, after like the original PlayStation, I pretty much kind of lost interest in gaming and stuff.
But no, Noriega is the real person that happened.
Oh,
to
yeah.
him. Contras?
Contras?
Aztec Contras? What is that?
Iran Contra. Yeah, it's kind of along the lines of what you're talking about with CIA, where they were publicly exposed for transporting narcotics back in body bags and things like that. So big money transfer, money funding supposedly in the Black Ops operations, things like that aren't approved by Congress. So you can look it up. It's a public thing. Same thing with what was that?
There's
what
also
is it? Air America.
There was that movie American
Think
Made
there would-
also.
Yeah. So it might be same type of thing. It's all pretty much based on reality. I think that movie was a little funky. They did mention when he got busted and stuff, and they actually let him go, which supposedly really happened. They, the call that they spoke with, they mentioned the name Bill, but and that falls back to the Clintons, where they were bringing stuff into and things. So there's a big trail there, and in that sense, if you want to follow that line, what is it? The Oklahoma City bombing, I think it was had all the evidence against the case that was there towards Hillary and Bill. And due to that, all that evidence just disappeared. So, yeah, kind of like 9/11 with the Pentagon and the mysterious plane that I didn't see any parts of a plane driving by a few days later, but, or any big burn field or anything that looked like a damn plane. But needless to say, supposedly the plane wiped out. Same thing with a bunch of, area that does all that type of stuff, basically, a turtle division, and obviously the same thing in the Twin Towers, or where a lot of the offices that was there was a lot of evidence and gold and all that. It's just weird, Some people have just the damnedest luck, It's amazing.
We were joined out in the crowd by Mr. Clint Torres. He says they ran guns and money out of Neenah, Arkansas, and brought back cocaine.
Hell, we even ran guns to the Afghanis during the Soviet-Afghan War. In Afghanistan, they actually produced poppies, which is a form of heroin.
Well, yeah, poppy, it can be refined into making, but it's just like the cocada, the cocoa plant can be refined.
You ever seen how they do it, by the way?
Yeah, I've seen how they do the making of cocaine.
Yeah, I saw one guy in some Latin American country was using battery acid and gasoline as a way to, extract the cocaine out of it.
Well, yeah, there's way better ways of doing that. A lot of time you get battery acid.
Dude, this ain't a conversation. Sure, Personally, I don't give a shit. It's not something I want to be on a record talking about here. So, yeah.
That was all part of a.
Jesus, you guys are crazy. Beard is crying. No, you need to cut your coke with this, not that. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you guys?
I never said anything about cutting. Never once said anything about cutting.
All right, if it's that kind of party, I got to go.
Nope. Yeah, I don't know. That's
crazy, man. All that shit, crazy. Coke, crack, all that. Hell no. What the hell people are thinking?
The crazy thing about cocaine is that it was actually used in Coca-Cola.
Yeah. And it's still used in a lot of pharmaceutical drugs.
Novocaine is one of them.
You're a derivative. Now a lot more they've moved away from that to synthetics, but that's a whole different topic. Let's get back to why you don't do drugs so that you can actually own firearms.
Speaking of drugs, how about not using freaking Gorilla Glue on your hair?
or on your lip.
I mean, literally, what was that woman thinking?
It's a quick buck. It's just like
Yes.
spilling hot coffee in your lap and then suing a restaurant.
She didn't.
Because
She
they didn't-
lost the lawsuit, by the way. What do you expect? It was all you're doing.
You know, well, you know, the lady who sued McDonald's because she spilled hot coffee and the cup didn't say caution hot coffee.
I ain't gonna sue you for ignorance, right? That's on you.
It's a product of what happens when idiots breed and make more idiots. There is no common sense or anything like that. So, why wouldn't you Gorilla Glue your lips? That sounds like a genius idea, right?
How about you Gorilla Glue your
dumbass.
feet?
Gorilla
I don't understand. What
a red Solo cup to your
you
lip.
can't really fix stupid. You know what I mean? You can stop breeding stupid, but you can't really fix it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. It's
You might
crazy,
as well Gorilla Glue
but-
your feet to some shoes.
I don't know. Dumb people have run rampant.
You're telling me. I think it started off when that guy was hugging a cactus bare naked.
I'm not saying that the burns weren't bad. I'm just saying that if you order a coffee, you're probably if you order a hot coffee, it's going to be hot. So caution definitely has to be taken. I'm not saying it was her fault. I'm not saying who's, truly at fault. All I was saying is that she ordered hot coffee, she got burnt, and she sued over it.
Well, part of it was
Technically,
the
it's passenger's
McDonald's.
fault. Or not passenger, the driver's fault in a sense, because once you take possession of the object, you're in control of it. So if the lid's not on right or this or that, and you take possession, now it's on you. I mean, you don't trip and bump something and then blame the person next to you. You were in my zone, so it's your fault. I bumped the table and broke the glass. Like, you're responsible for your actions. So, I think that it's just ridiculous. It's just people scamming people to make money is what it is. Somebody finding a loophole, and nope, it doesn't say that. So let's get on the bandwagon. It's either got to be that or retards. It's one or the other.
Part of it was that McDonald's had been warned because the temperature they kept their coffee at was above what was considered safe.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
they
there
had
was.
been warned a couple times and still kept it at that temperature.
I mean, yeah, there was negligence on both sides. Is all I'm saying.
Speaking of restaurants and stuff like that, you ever seen was it Hell's Kitchen? Gordon Ramsay. You never heard of Chef Ramsay?
Yeah.
He pulled out a bunch of fryers. The whole wall was literally covered in grease, and I'm looking at it like, holy crap, that's black mold. I mean, literally, the place wasn't even cleaned up. One, it's a fire hazard. Two, it's a health hazard. And three, it's cooking it near people's food.
A lot of places are like that.
Disgusting, man.
They give the impression of clean, or they have the rotations of cleaning and stuff. But I don't know. That's why they're always bitching, and people that nobody wants to sit there and pull down the filters and scrape shit out with a damn putty knife or anything. Spray it off and hose it off like you're supposed to, and all this stuff. And look at the air duct systems at some of these places. I mean, it looks more yellower than an 80-year-old smoker teeth. I mean, it's horrible, the stuff that's going. They don't. That's I don't know. People, yeah, you should eat at home more. It's healthier. It's cheaper. You get real food. You trust other people with your food. You're taking a gamble, in my opinion. But a lot of those places are nasty. And, yeah, they take offense to it, too. That their nastiness isn't up to your par, and now you think you're somebody special. Same thing at a hotel. I don't expect to see pimple juice on the damn mirror or pubic hairs in the bed. Is that a big thing to ask for when you go rent a room? I mean, is it a problem? Am I asking for something special? That you vacuum the damn floor? I mean, what the hell, people? Do your job.
How about there's another one? Washing your sheets. Like, I was actually watching Hotel Madness or whoever it was he was on, Chef Ramsay. There were some stains on the sheets, the bed sheets. And the ones you don't see without the blue light. Nasty stuff, man.
Man, it's crazy. A lot of people are just lazy or slobs.
And your guests are sleeping on that.
Buffets. I don't know how people can do it these days.
I've never been a huge buffet fan. I just don't want to have somebody else there, like, touching the same food I'm going to be eating. You don't know if they went to the bathroom and washed their hands or went to the bathroom and didn't wash their hands.
Yeah, I'm picky about food when it comes to things like that. Cleanliness is a deal breaker in the place. Yeah. If you're not doing it clean, if you're not doing it right, I don't want to be there. It's just the way it is. So, I don't know, people, some it's old school, whatever. I don't know, whatever. I care less. I don't give a damn. To me, I don't want to eat your arm hair or be picking it out of my teeth and shit like that. It's not what I'm paying good money for. Yeah. Cover shit up, clean stuff, don't cross contaminate it. Actually wash it. Don't stir it in bleach water. Wash it. Things like that.
Or
a lot of these places, you see the silverware, it looks like freaking Braille with the water spots and shit all over it. Like, that's not clean. Like, come on, people, like, Jesus. And I'm the cheap bastard. So for me not to be impressed is saying something.
Or how about don't put pork and chicken next to each other?
I started a huge debate out in the crowd by bringing up the McDonald's coffee. So
I stopped being at McDonald's a long time ago, my friend, and I refuse to go back there again.
I try to avoid fast food in general. Every once in a while, you go for it, but seems like every time I have lately, I'm disappointed, and it's just a waste of damn money. A couple times I didn't even eat it, so just straight garbage.
Yeah, I prefer going to the roast coaches.
Last time I had fast food, it was Kentucky Fried Chicken. I got sick to my stomach. Boy, that was the worst thing I actually ever felt.
Yeah, I'm not a big KFC fan. I really, really wish that we had some Bojangles out here on the West Coast.
I honestly feel if you eat garbage, you feel like garbage. I mean, a lot of this stuff I didn't put any weight to. And then going into the military, I guess they tailor what you're eating and all this type of stuff off, pretty much the beginning. And there is a difference, in my opinion. Especially if you're a person that's hydrated or dehydrated on the average. I think your mental health is better, your physical activity is better, less muscle aches. I don't know. I just think it's better off for you to eat, good food in a sense. I mean, more people seem to be more worried about what they feed their pets and themselves in a lot of cases. And, fast box chemical food isn't good food. That's not what was here. It's not how we evolved to where we are by eating some of this stuff. And yes, there's some negatives of that. We don't want worms in our food and all that type of stuff. But there's just in general, I think, most of America is obese. Statistically, things like this. It's a different world. You can do a lot more for your health in a sense just by changing diet habits, I think. And also improve quality of life, improve your sex life, improve activities with the kids, all types of things. You feel better, and mentally you feel better. Not saying you got to be a Ken or Barbie or anything, but I just think in general, even if you just keep eating a lot, whatever, eat good food and you're going to be better off. But you keep eating this fast food garbage, and that's pretty much what you turn into.
I think I'm going to head out, guys. It's good talking to you, G23.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good. You want to plug your channels before we get out of here? Because I think we're...
Yeah, I'm killing this show tonight.
Yeah, it's not you. I just don't really...
That's all right. Sorry, guys.
I really don't have anything. So next Saturday will be the 1 year anniversary. So
Woohoo!
try to have some surprise. So, Mr. Warsaw, go ahead with your channels.
Guys, you can find me at the Warsaw Patriot channel on YouTube. Also, I have a woodworking channel at Warsaw Patriot Woodworks. So yeah, check out that one too. I'll be probably putting some stuff out there once in a while.
Yes, sir. All pretty good stuff. So, Rob, you got anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Warsaw plugged himself, so check out DM Foss and his backup channel there where he makes cool stuff that he sends to people he likes.
So, Rob may be a little butthurt because he hasn't got any special one-of-a-kind Foss material.
What? No.
So, Mr. DM Foss, what do you got going on? You got any channels you got to plug or anything?
Well, I think I'm gonna do a live stream tonight. So if anybody's up at the god awful hour of 1 a.m., check it out. If not, catch the replay. And check out everybody's channel. Find something new, or people out in the chat. There's people got stuff going on. Check out their channels, or better yet, start making videos. You never know who wants to hear what you have to say.
Yep. So, again, I know Mr. Rougarou is about to hit the 500 mark. So, that's a pretty good milestone for his little channel. I think Carolina EDC is going after the 4K mark. So if you're not subscribed to him, go check him out. I believe Brownies for My Fat has some good content out there. Of course, G Webs does awesome and amazing content. So give him a check. And every Friday, he does Free Packs Friday. So I would suggest buying a lot of patches on Friday. And other stuff that he has on his website. So again, guys, thank you all for showing up. And we are going to get out of here. And hopefully see you all next Saturday.
Bye.